So, thank you for coming. And the first question, let's start with the first question. Please tell me your major, your PhD student or master student, and when the time and year, the day and time when you first arrived to America.
Okay.
To study.
To study.
Yeah.
Okay. My name is Dita Cahyani. I'm from Indonesia. I'm a second year PhD student at the Ecology and Evolutionary Biology department at UCLA. So this is my second year from the 5 years programs at the PhD program. The first time I arrived here to study at UCLA was August 2015.
2015.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
have you been America?
Yeah.
Before?
So I've been to US twice. No, maybe 3 times. First on 2013, but all of them is just to do like a lab work, like a workshop for a month. Yeah, that's it.
So the second question is the major question. So please describe the story, which is you overcome the biggest barrier since you come to America to study.
Okay.
The more details, the better, much better.
So this, it's not just one, right? I mean, I have a couple of it.
Okay,
so
okay,
if you want
so
okay, so you want all the story.
You can start from the time you first encounter the barrier through the end, and tell me what you thought and feel in this whole process.
Okay. Well, the first is, of course, the language, but it's not about communicate with other people. I think the barrier is more on the academic side, like writing and presenting. That's the biggest at first. When I said I arrived on August, it's not directly to UCLA. We have, through my scholarship, we have a pre-academic, like we stay for 3 weeks in San Diego and then meeting a lot of students from all around the world, and then we just preparing ourselves how the class would look like. So that time I thought that would be easy because people understand what I say. But I think that's because all of us are an international student. So that time I think, okay, that's fine. I think I can cope with it. But then when I have the first class here, it's just a problem because when I try to write write the paper or like answering the question from the exam, I always got a note and said, I don't understand what you mean. That's like, oh my God. I'm so scared because if people doesn't understand what I want to say, that would be a problem. So, and then I just now I'm trying to ask a friend, like, before I'm return my paper or whatever. So I'm asked some native speaker just to read through, not really like helping. What is the name? Like editing my paper. It's just like, do you understand what I mean by saying that? That's the biggest barrier. And then the second is presentation. Again, when you present in front of Indonesian, like me from Indonesia using English, they understand because my my intonation and it is the same. But when you're presenting here, sometimes people doesn't understand what I want to say. Like the word is just different. What do you mean? Sometimes people ask like, can you repeat what you say? So it seems like my dialect is just kind of problem. So that's also another problem because I thought that would be fine for me to speak English, but it's not the grammar, but like some word that we say it different, you know. And I'm TAing last quarter, and some of my students also have a problem. Like, can you repeat it again, Dita? Like, what do you want to say? Like, sometimes
the words, you
the
mean
words,
the word choice or the pronunciation?
the pronunciation is sometimes they're just
didn't
like, what do you say? So I'm like, sometimes I'm just write at the board and say, okay, this is what I want to say. What do you, I mean, what do you guys, you know, like pronounce it? So that's the barrier. So I think, I don't know, talking to people maybe help, but also like more listening to people what the native speaker said. But honestly, since I'm a PhD student at Harvard Research, I'm not really interact with a lot of native students or a friends. So my friends is just I just have two Native American friends at the lab. The other four is international student. So I think that's also a problem. Like to me to practice, to not really have time to practice more. But I got this. It's from a lot from my student as a TA. They said I understand what you say. They understand what my explanation. It's just some word is really difficult to follow. So yeah, that's the barrier that I just know. I thought I will be fine. I'm not. So yeah, that's the language. So that's why I still taking English class until last quarter. It's just practicing more. This year I have to practice more on presentation because I will do my orals at the end of this spring or before summer, and that's like another challenge for language. So I hope I can do that. Well, yeah, that's the language. The other one.
I have a question.
Oh yeah, sure.
Have you written paper in English before you come to America? Do you have that kind of experience?
I do, but not like this kind of paper. So the paper that I usually write is always the journal research paper, and I always have a part on the method section, so it's really easy. You have the template. For the long paper, I usually start with a point. It's just like this is what I want to say, and then because we have another co-author, so they usually help with the English part. So I'm not really responsible for the whole paper. I never. But here, because that's the homework, that's an individual project, so I have to come up with my own research paper or just what is the name, like literature review. So that's the difference between.
So you were work as a researcher in Indonesia.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, do you want me to continue?
Yeah.
Okay. The second thing, I just have a list here. Is how we like academic life for as a general. It's really different from what I experienced in Indonesia classes, research. It's just a teaching session. It's different. The first is because